The monastery can confuse even those who know it well. Stay alert in there.
Upon returning to the rogue encampment, post disposing of the bloody countess, Charsi, the blacksmith, approaches us with a request.
When I fled the monastery, I left behind the Horadric Malus, my enchanted smithing hammer. If you can retrieve it for me, I'll use its magic to strengthen your equipment.
This malice would be a great boon to our war waged against the burning hells. However, as the monastery is overrun, it's no wonder the malice lays unclaimed. Remarkably, even the greasy merchant Gede is crumbling under Charsi's incessant requests.
Charsi talks of nothing anymore but this Horadric Malus. Between you and her, my ears need a rest. Just find it and bring it back quickly.
Poor Gede. The malice, no doubt bearing a storied history. It's then we seek the wisdom of the last known Horadric scholar, Deckard Cain.
The malice was forged and enchanted by the ancient Horadric mages during the Sin Wars. When their union dissolved, the malice was entrusted to the Sisterhood, guarding the pass into the east.
And now, thanks to Andariel, the monastery lies in ruins. The caravan a warrive that instructs.
Just as an archer needs bow and arrow, or a draftsman pen and paper, so Charsi needs the Horadric Malus with which to ply her trade.
Indeed, Charsi's situation is less than ideal, a sentiment shared by Kasha, the battle captain, who regales.
Charsi is wasting her time and talents using an inferior hammer. Had she the Horadric Malus, she could make the steel sing and craft you a suit of armor as impenetrable as the Great Eye.
The Great Eye she speaks of seems to have looked into the abyss and unfortunately blinked. Akara, the witch, then further warns.
The retrieval of the Horadric Malus is not without risk. Our monastery is filled with voracious hellspawn. You'd best be careful, my friend.
More cause for concern is we've been instructed to search for the malice in the monastery barracks, yet no one has mentioned the rumored demonic smith in possession of the enchanted hammer. Entering the Tamoe Highlands, we are waylaid by a new enemy, the returned mage. These animated skeletal remains of slain sorcerers wield the forces of elemental magic as they sow death throughout the land. It's not long before we finally arrive at the once hallowed halls of the monastery gate. Dark stalkers burst forth to protect their unholy haven, the symbol of the sightless eye, ever watchful. As we cautiously enter, the halls themselves are smattered with blood of the fallen, and we use our necromantic ability to peer into the dead's bloody past and are overwhelmed by the sheer evil that was wrought in the wake of the Dark Wanderer. We're forced then to fight our way through the outer cloister of the citadel. All manner of demon from yetis to devil kin, hell-bent on thwarting our progress into the coveted barracks. Behind large wooden doors lies the barracks interior. Death Clan Khazra march out of the gloom, spiked clubs and halberds in grubby paws. Their brethren amass in the dark reaches of the barracks wine cellar, barely visible save the torches of the devil kin, like angry townsfolk looking to make an example of an errant trespasser. Blindly probing around the blackened barracks, we carelessly step towards the dim light of a room filled with a dozen demons and skeletons. Out of the soft, inviting glow of a crimson fire pit, boldly strides the smith, a hulking overlord demon, his flesh a bluish hue, still garbed in his smithing apron and hammer in hand. Our clay golem tries in vain to fend off his swings, but is casually crushed, to which the smith taunts.
I shall make weapons from your bones!
Our defenses now decimated, we retreat back to town for resupply, and quite frankly, reasons to push on. It's there, Cain explains.
The malice has eluded you so far. Well, search thoroughly in the barracks. That is where the rogues kept their forge.
Kasha then reminds.
To do battle with Andariel requires more than thick skin and a strong will. You'll want armor and weaponry forged with the hammer's enchantments.
She's right. Armor and weaponry is needed. Taking Kasha's advice, we reluctantly hire a second scout, Amplissa, with a cold enchanted bow to slow the beast, as we'll need as many distractions for this smith as possible. Akara then questions.
If you can't carry out this quest, how will you face the greater evils ahead?
Charsi pleads.
Malice is a Horadric artifact of great power. Please bring it back.
Geed jests.
Yes? I've heard that you bear us no malice.
And Wariv, well, wordplay is the word of the day.
Well, what better opportunity to show your mettle?
Our supplies renewed, as is our metal, we step back into the barracks, with our new companion luring out the smith's enemies as he desperately guards his forge, the prized malice on a nearby stand. Amplissa's cold arrows peppered the smith's already blue hide, until he finally succumbs to our assault. On his corpse, we find an impressive yellow hunter's bow, viper bolts. More importantly, the Horadric Malus sits on its stand, basking in the amber glow of the smith's fire, no longer in the servitude of hell's haughty hands. Returning to town, the inhabitants praise.
The magical effects imbued by the malice are impossible to predict, but are always to the good.
Now that the Horadric Malus is back in our possession, we shall use it to deliver a great blow against the evil which torments this land.
Well done, my friend. But remember, the return of the Horadric Malus is but one step in reclaiming the monastery.
I am glad the hammer has returned, and you with it.
I guess it's too late to take back some of the names I called you.
Waiting dutifully by her forge is Charsi the blacksmith, who exclaims,
Greetings. Oh, thanks so much for returning the Horadric Malus. I will now imbue one of your items with magical powers.
Taking up Charsi on her offer, due to her newfound hammer, we gift her a batch of superior daggers to which she imbues with poisonous properties and names Raven's Hue, no doubt in memory of her fallen friend, Bloodraven. These poison-enchanted knives will hopefully help hew a limb or two off the Maiden of Anguish, Andariel herself.